Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the post-match of Manchester United versus Everton. Manchester United 4, Everton 0. I never like having to talk about Everton defeats. It's always a really not great situation. But this one we're going to have to do anyway. I've created 3 main talking points for this one, just because I feel like these are the things that need to be addressed the most. So, with all that out the way, all the pleasantries out the way, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is Pickford's inconsistency. Now, this seems to be a thing that's been happening since, I would hate to say it, but this has really started to shine its head when, post Merseyside derby, when Everton lost 1-0 due to the Origi header. Since then, I felt like Pickford has had a bit of an issue sort of maintaining consistency. We'll have 3-4 months of him playing well, and then it's like 4 or 5 months of just inconsistent sort of random little mishaps here and there. Some of them seem to be harmless, some of them cost us goals. So in that due course, I feel like we need something that becomes a bit more of an anchor point for him to make him more consistent as a more well-rounded player. Now, when he's on form, he is an absolutely phenomenal keeper. He's one of the best that there is. But when he's having his moments, he's useless. He's basically Carlo Nash. And I don't like to say that about players, because being a goalkeeper is probably one of the worst positions to play on a pitch, because everything is on you. But when all's said and done, he's a professional who needs to sort of shape up and get some form of consistency. Now, granted, this was his first game back. The first one that went in, yes, that was, I would like to say that was a 6 of it being Pickford, half a dozen being Digne, because it was a stupid back pass to give to him. Granted, he was close, so he should have been able to react a little bit more to it. But it was a very obscure sort of back pass that was just like a glanced header towards him. Now, I felt like if Digne was able to get himself down that low, he should have been able to control that ball and launch it upfield. But I digress. We're sort of steering a little bit off topic here. But as a whole, I'm just going to summarise it. Pickford needs to find more consistency. And if not, Asmir Begovic needs to start when he's not showing his form, just so he knows he's not irreplaceable. Now, we're going to go into the second one, which is lack of creativity going up. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, but we've got this player and we've got that player. Yeah, great. We've got the likes of Decore, we've got the likes of Alan, we've got the likes of James Rodriguez. But that's it. If James Rodriguez is injured, we lose the majority of our creativity when it goes to coming up the pitch. He's the guy who's able to put a cross on an absolute dime for the likes of Luca Dean, or whoever's going up that field, even Richarlison. But when we lose him, that's it. That's all gone. We're basically just a very basic, flat team at that point. So we need someone who's got that bit of creativity, who's able to do something that an opposition's not going to be able to think of, and it's able to put us on a little bit more of a front foot. But in all honesty, there's the likes of Damari Gray and Andros Townsend. Watching them in this game today, I felt like they might be the avenues for that. So if we're able to bring that ball outwards to them when the likes of James Rodriguez is out injured, so if we're able to put someone like, I don't know, Andre Gomez or John Philip Gbamin sitting in their place, or having him come back and have Decore go up, so having it in that sort of situation and having the avenues go outwards, that might be the solution to that issue. But again, I'm not the manager, I'm not the head coach, I haven't got that sort of insight into it. I'm not able to see every single training session and see how each player performs at those training sessions. So in that situation, that's down to Benitez. But yeah, now on to the third one, and this seems to be the biggest hole that we have right now, and that is a lack of a striker who's like fairly decently well-rounded. So someone who's got a bit of experience, someone in like the late 20s, early 30s. So when we're missing the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Moise Kean, we can put them into that position and they're going to be able to do a job. Granted, it's not going to be as good as Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Moise Keane, or anyone like that, but they can fit into that role, and it doesn't look like we're playing with bloody 6 midfielders, no strikers, and a couple of defenders. It was so blatant in the game yesterday against Man United that we were missing a massive chunk of our team in regards to up front. There were crosses going in that I felt like Alex Iwobi was not going to cut the mustard in that game. I knew that from the start. Yes, he's got pace, but his first touch is atrocious, and his sort of technical ability when it comes to actually seeing a pass or seeing a cross is just non-existent. He's only 24, but I feel like I'm watching a 36-year-old semi-professional trying to play at the top tier. It's abysmal, and it's sad really, because I've seen Iwobi play good football. He has got the ability to play good football, but I just cannot see it in him right now, and it's sad to see, because he's a brilliant footballer on his day, but right now he's a man missing in the squad. We might as well just go out with 10 people when he's starting, because he is just a man missing. But in any case, I feel like we definitely need to break the bank and find some way to get it right back as well. John Joe Kenny, I don't even know if he played that game. Did he play that game? I'm not too sure. I believe he played in the latter stages, and he did put something of a shift out, but he didn't stand out when he played. So in that case, and in the regards to Seamus Coleman, I am seriously worried whenever he's injured or he has a bad game, because that becomes another blatant hole in our squad. So when we're missing those two people, it's going to become a risk. And I don't like to say that, but it's going to be the evident risk that we're going to have in the squad when the season comes along. And opposition are going to definitely take advantage of that. When we go to Southampton next week, we need to go into that game and have all bases covered. If that means relying on the youth, then that means relying on the youth. If that means, sacking off, a well-rounded player like James Rodriguez and putting someone else in his position, then so be it. If that means we're going to have to switch the squads up to the point where it looks completely alien to the fans, then so be it. If that means not starting Pickford, so be it. If we are going to start Asmir Begovic over Pickford, then I would not be complaining, because quite frankly, we need to send that message to Jordan Pickford that he is very much replaceable. So I don't like going on these mad tangents when we lose. I want to be able to look at the good things, which we did have good things. We did have some form of semi-cohesive squad. We were just missing that final product. Andros Townsend smacked the bar plenty of times. I mean, Iwobi had a glance go wide. Players had efforts. We did get things on target, but as a whole, we're still missing key components in order to complete this squad and make it a challenging squad that could potentially rear its head up at the likes of the top 4 or the top 5 or the top 6 and say, we're here, we're coming for you guys, we're going to pull you down. We are going to pull you down. We need to be able to finish off the squad, and my main concern is the fact that we're going to abide so much by the financial fair play that we're not going to be able to complete that. So our only hope is for John Joe Kenny to rear his head up and get into some form of cohesiveness or cohesion with the squad, or someone from the academy or from the under-23s rears their heads up and gets picked out by Benitez, someone who just creates an absolute flash of brilliance that we say, you get in the squad. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It just shows me that you like what you see me doing and you want me to do more of it. If you want to suggest something for the channel, whether it be approach Bramley Moore in a little bit of a different avenue, maybe change this whole scenario around a little bit when it comes to the pre-match, post-match, or anytime we do the blue jibber jabber, just put it down in the comment section below. Even if it's just to say skibbity bop and bada, I always appreciate comments down there. It just means that you guys are liking what I'm doing as well. and you want to put something, like you want to put your input in as well, which is always appreciated. It just helps us, you know, switch things around a bit and make it constantly fresh. Also, if you're new to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button? We are a growing channel and we are going to be a lot more consistent. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming in the near future. So with the season now kicking off, there's going to definitely be more pre-match stuff. There's going to definitely be more post-match stuff. And there's definitely going to be stuff in between. So we're going to have what all I like to call the blue jibber jabber. If you're wondering why I called it that, there's no real reason behind it. I just like the sound of the word jibber jabber. So in that regards, that's just going to be like randomized topics. It's maybe talking about the Everton of the past, Everton of the present, transfers that could have been, transfers that I regret seeing, stuff like that, you know. It's just going to be that sort of, you know, like nice little filler stuff. It's going to be the meat between the pre-match and the post-match stuff. But yeah, guys, also, if you want to show that little bit more support to me in regards to maybe, you know, you're thinking, okay, I've subscribed to his channel, I throw likes out, I put comments out, but I want to provide more for him. I want to show him that I really support what he's doing and I want to see more of it. Then I have a Patreon. Now we have got one patron at the moment, that is CT Baz. And CT Baz, if you watch this, man, hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you very much for being an ongoing patron. But yeah, if you want to be like CT Baz and you want to be featured on the channel, so if you can see right here to my, this is my left, it's probably looking like it's on the right on the video, so apologies, I get me left and right confused in that regard. But if you look here, you can see there's a nice big box here. So if you are a patron, you will feature inside this box. Your name will be on this box and everyone will see you in the box. Everyone will see you in the box. Hopefully a good cross comes in. But yeah, patrons who subscribe £3 or more a month go in this box. If you want to, you know, if you don't want to give that much and you just want to say, give me £1, say like, hey, I like what you're doing. Here's a quiz, have a cup of coffee on me. Then that's also greatly appreciated. But if you're part of the 3 Patreon people, they get access to these videos and they're all ad free. So on Patreon, videos are ad free. I've made sure of that, very much so. If they're not, also CT Baz, if you're watching this and you see the videos on here, if they aren't ad free, just let me know and I'll do everything I can to fix that as well. But anyway, patrons will also be able to see more exclusive stuff in regards to how I communicate. So when I make these videos, it goes up on there before they're even out, what we're talking about and everything like that. So you get like that little bit of a sneak peek into what's going on with the channel. But in any case, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching and I'm going to see you on the next video. Take care, have a good day and peace.